So I'm going to talk to you about the three different type of pomegranates that I have in my yard. I have FLORSHEIM, which is a white pomegranate. It looks like it's not ripe, but it is. When you open it up, the seeds are really light colored. Tastes like a pink lemonade. And the next type is a Wonderful, and the Wonderful is your typical pomegranate that you find in the store. It's a really big fruit, full of lots of seeds, or vrils, A-V-R-I-L-S, as they're technically called. And then the last time I'm going to show you is the kind that is typically in a pomegranate juice that you buy in the store, and that's a red GRANDA. It's a really dark red juice, a really dark red seed. It tastes a little more bitter, but they're all fantastic. So I'm going to take you over now and show you the different trees, show you how I harvest them, and then a little bit later I'm going to show you the easiest way to get the seeds out of the actual fruit. Some people can be allergic to the resins on the leaves of a pomegranate tree, and they also have pretty good sized thorns, right? And they do that to keep animals from eating the fruit when they're ripe, because when a pomegranate's ripe, the birds know, the squirrels know, the animals know, and they want to come in and they want to eat the fruit. So the thorns are developed to increase the odds that the animals don't get all the fruit, because everything that we eat's main purpose is to reproduce, to grow seed, mature the seed, drop the seed on the ground, and create more food. So what we're going to do is if you don't know, wear gloves when you harvest pomegranates. When you trim them, wear long sleeve shirts. And the easiest thing to do is use pruning shears to get the fruit off of the tree, okay? So without further ado, let's go and show you how it's done. This is a FLORSHEIM pomegranate tree, and there's about 6 pomegranates on there. 5 of them the squirrels have eaten half of, and I've left one small one on there to show you what it looks like on the tree. So this is actually overripe. It's ready to be picked, and you can see a lot of white still left on it. That's actually ripe and ready to go. They have a higher sugar content, so they mature quicker. You don't want to leave them on the tree too long, or they have a tendency to go bad because of the high sugar content. They can ferment really easy and start to rot from the inside out. Squirrels like that one. But you got to share with the wildlife, right? Can't keep it all. Over here is a wonderful pomegranate tree. And even though that has green on it, that bad boy is ripe. Here's a beautiful one in here. That's also ripe. When that bottom on these varieties get really red, those things are ready to go. Over here we have a red GRANDA. Now these get really red, and these have to be completely red before they're ripe. If they are not completely red, like you see on the bottom here, how you have that light color, on the back side you have the light color, those are going to be more sour and they're not ready. That is nowhere near ready. They're beautiful trees. They can actually either be grown as a tree or a shrub. So I like to grow them as trees, but some people grow them as a shrub or a bush. Loaded with pomegranates. Now I could have thinned these out, so just have one fruit on the end of here, but I don't usually do that. I leave them on a long time and they'll ripen. You get small ones and big ones. If you were to take this off, this pomegranate would probably get 30 to 40% larger. If you look at that size. That's got a long way to go to ripen. So since I'm looking at the red GRANDAs typically are ripe and ready to go around November, end of October at the earliest. And you know these bad boys are ready to go when they're all red, and the birds start picking on them because the birds know when they're ripe. The Wonderful, on the other hand, these are ripe right around end of August. which is we are right now. And the FLORSHEIM over here, which I've actually picked a few. There's a nice one right there. That's a FLORSHEIM. These are ripe right around the beginning of August. And like I said, these have a higher sugar content. They'll want to rot on you if you leave them on the tree, say until November, like a typical pomegranate. They'll rot from the inside out because they basically ferment. Let me show you how easy it is to harvest pomegranates. First thing you want to do, have something to put them in. That's it. Pull down the stem, snip it off right above the base. Right above the base, and that's it. The other thing you want to do, here's a little trick, farmer secret, pro tip, whatever you want to call it. Cut this bottom part off. Why do you do that? Because that's where the little critters like to hide. That's where you'll get your spiders, your pincher bugs, things like to hide in there. I mean, that used to be the end of the flower. That was the flower. Clean it out, make sure there's nothing hiding in there. You won't wake up in the morning, go out to the counter for your daily coffee and get a surprise. Same thing here. Snip it off. Little spider web in there, probably a little spider. You don't have to kill the little critter in there if you don't want to. Just get rid of it. Show you the last one here. That's a nice one. That's beautiful. Cut that bad boy off right there. Cut the bottom off. There's a spider web right there, so there's probably a little spider in there. Well, and that's it. You're ready to go. Oh, I can't wait to eat that. Don't be jealous. If you don't grow pomegranates and you live in a nice warm climate, grow them. They're super easy to grow. They don't take a lot of water. They don't take a lot of compost. They will grow in almost any conditions as long as you have good warmth and heat.